Okay. So, Doc Ray, andito ka na ba? Pwede na mag-start?
Okay po. Pwede na po, Doc.
Hello po. Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
Pwede na ba tayo mag-start?
Pwede na po, Doc.
Okay. Okay, pwede na. Tayo ay magsimula at manalangin muna tayo. Who can lead the opening prayer? Brother Alfred Favorite. Kindly lead the opening prayer.
Sige po, Doc. Let's pray. Amang banal, kami po ay lumalapit sa loklokan ng iyong awa at sa mga oras na ito, kami po ay humihingi na nawa ikaw po ay magbasbas sa bawat isa sa amin, lalo-lalo na kay Doc Alfred sa pag-discuss niya ng lesson namin ngayong gabi tungkol sa Greek. Naway maintindihan po namin ito sa tulong at gabay ng Banal na Espiritu at naway ma-apply po namin ito sa bawat araw naming pamumuhay. I-bless niyo po bawat isa sa amin. Sampu ng aming mga kasamaan, ito po ay aming dinadalangin sa makapangyarihan na pangalan na inyo pong bugtong anak na aming pong tagapagligtas. Amen.
Amen. Okay. I would like to share my screen. Okay, ito na yung ating lesson. Dito tayo nag-stop. Dito tayo minto sa minimums 4 and 5. Ating textbook. At napag-aralan natin yung mga tense identifiers ng mga verbs. Okay. Ng mga verbs. At itong mga tense identifiers, okay, sa ito, future, sigma, future active and middle sigma, tense identifier, future passive, test, first aorist, sa, and then first aorist passive, te, perfect active, ka, and then perfect middle passive, none. And then ito ang application. Ito ang chart na ito. Kita natin dito. Okay, ating pag-aralan na ito. Okay, for first aorist, for example, yan ang first aorist active, first aorist middle passive. Okay, aorist middle and then aorist passive. Yan. Sa first column from left, and then second column from left. Okay, so yan ang first aries. Kita nyo yung tense identifier sa. Okay, and then sa future naman, future, sigma, idagdag lang yung sigma sa present tense. Ayan ay future tense na yon. And then sa middle voice, sigma rin. And then sa passive voice, test. Ayan. Then sa perfect, active, ka. So, and then sa perfect middle passive, no tense identifier anymore. At ang mga verbs sa Griego ay may contraction na tinatawag. Contract verb. Contract verbs. Ibig sabihin, yung pinaikli. May mga letters na mawala, na mag-combine ang dalawang letter to form only a single letter. Okay, so for example, in the vocabulary list, kita natin yung mga verbs like agapao, alaleo, pleroo. Okay, so yan sa vocabulary list. Pero sa New Testament, okay, sa vocabulary, yan ang nilagay upang makita natin, paano na contract ang isang verb. Paano pinaikli. So the reason the vocabulary form is given, even though it does not actually occur in the New Testament, is because it is necessary to know what happens with a verb in all other formations. So the easiest way to know if a verb is a contract verb is to remove the final omega from the vocabulary form of the verb. The omega stands for I, right? Personal pronoun I. And if there is an alpha or epsilon or omicron at the end, it is a contract verb. So notice in the three verbs given, agapao. So i-remove mo yung omega, may alpha na natira. So, ibig sabihin yan ay contract verb. Laleo, ganun din. Pag remove mo yung omega, may epsilon. Ibig sabihin that is a contract verb. Ganun din ang plero. Okay, so may rule. May rule po sa contract verbs. Okay, so ang contraction ng verbs ay mangyayari sa present at sa imperfect tenses. Contraction takes place only in the present and imperfect tenses. So the four basic, and therefore only in the present participle, since there is no imperfect participle. Participles are introduced in lesson 7. So the reason for this is that in all of the 8 derived forms, the tense identifiers separate the final vowel of a contract vowel from the connecting vowel or diphthong, which means there are no vowels next to each other to contract. So kita natin yung demonstration. For example, the future agapao. The future of agapao goes through the following development. Agapaso. Okay. So It becomes agapeso. The verb pliroo goes through the following development in the future tense. Pliruso or becomes pliroso. Ang Omicron nagiging omega. Ayan. So contraction occurs in the present and imperfect tenses. Only because in all other tenses, the tense identifiers goes between the vowel in the stem and the vowel of the ending. So no vowels to contract. That's why only in present and imperfect tenses, the contraction of verbs occur. So the following illustration of what actually happens, the uncontracted form is given, and then the form that shows the contraction, which is the form that actually occurs in the New Testament. Also observe that all contractions result in a circumflex accent, invaluable in recognizing a contraction. Okay, so example, the contractions with alpha. Note that alpha with any vowel or diphthong that contains an omicron or an omega results in an omega. In all other cases, the result is an alpha or an alpha with iota subscript. So for example, alpha plus eta equals alpha. So the uncontracted, for example, uncontracted verb agapaete. Agapaete, this is second person plural. Okay, subjunctive mode. Agapaete, that is present tense. So it becomes agapate. Agapate. So kung makikita ninyo yung alpha and eta, nag-contract siya. So nag-compress siya, no? At ang nangyari, ang natira ay alpha na lang. Pero may circumflex accent siya sa taas. Ibig sabihin may contraction na nangyari. Okay? So alpha plus eta, ang resulta ay alpha with circumflex at the top. So yan ang sa New Testament. Ang makikita natin sa New Testament, imbis na agapaete ay agapate na. Sa New Testament, may contraction na nangyari. Okay. Tapos, alpha plus eta with iota subscript. Kasi may verb tayo na may iota subscript yung eta. Agapa S, that is ano na siya, subjunctive mode, first person, second person singular. Agapa S, present tense, subjunctive mode. Okay, second person singular. Agapa S, eta. So eta with iota subscript. Tapos ay ang sa kanyang tabi ay alpha. So na-contract silang dalawa. Ang lumabas alpha na lang with iota subscript. Ang iota subscript andun sa baba, of course, because that is called subscript. Tinatawag na iota subscript kasi doon siya sa baba. Okay, ang iota. Tapos may circumflex na accent, ibig sabihin may contraction na nangyari. Okay, so imbis na Dapat agapas ay nagiging agapas na siya. Okay? So that is present tense, subjunctive mode, second person singular. Agapas. And then, ang sasunod ay alpha plus epsilon. Okay. So, second person, plural, present, active, indicative, second person, plural, agapaete, ay nagiging agapati. Okay, kasi alpha plus epsilon sila ang magkatabi, ay mag-contract sila. O parang ano no, yung mag-asawa na ang dalawa ay nagiging isa na lang. Nag-isang dibdib. Ha? So, ayan, yan tinatawag contraction of verbs. Okay, so agapate na. Ang short, ang contracted verb na makita natin sa New Testament. Okay, so, and then, next is agapae. Agapae ay, ano yan? Third person, singular. Present active, indicative, third person, singular. Ang ending niya is a. Epsilon iota, ending, there is third person, singular. Present tense. Diba? Kung naalala nyo yung lecture natin sa present tense ending, ang ending is O, O-S, E, omen, ete, O-C. Okay, sa present tense. Omega ending sa first person, sa second person is S, eta, iota, sigma, and then sa third person is epsilon iota, that is in the indicative mode. Okay, so that is a diphthong plus alpha, alpha letter plus diphthong epsilon iota, A, ang resulta is alpha with iota subscript. So in other words, ang iota ay nandun na sa subscript na siya, no? Ang iota, ang letter I sa subscript na. Tapos ang alpha at epsilon nagiging alpha na lang. Tapos may circumflex sa taas na accent, ibig sabihin ay may contraction na nangyari. So agapa, that is third person, singular, present, active, indicative. Now, sa sunod is agapa omen. Dapat agapa omen. There is present, active, indicative, first person, plural. Agapa omen. Pero ang may contraction, no? Alpha plus omicron equals omega. So, ang agapa omen ay nagiging agapomen. So, may contraction. And then is agapa usi. This is present, active, indicative, okay, third person, plural. Okay, agapa usi. Usi is the ending of the third person, plural. And then with alpha as stem plus plus diphthong u, omicron epsilon, that is a diphthong. So alpha plus diphthong u equals omega. So ang labas, ang contracted verb is agapose. Yan ang makita sa New Testament. Present, active, indicative, third person, plural. And then agapao. Present, active, indicative, first person, singular. Agapao ay nagiging agapo. May contraction. Alpha plus omega equals omega. Okay, so yan po ang contraction ng verb sa New Testament. Dito ay pinakita paano nag-contract Kasi hindi mo na makita itong uncontracted verb sa New Testament. Bible, hindi mo yan makita. Ang makita mo, ito yung contracted now. Pero paano nangyari yon? Dinemonstrate dito. Okay. Ayan. Kaya baka magtaka kayo, bakit ganitong ending? Di ba ang napag-aralan natin na ending ay iba? Bakit itong nagiging ending, no? Ate, as, ate, imbis na, no, ito dapat ang ending sa uncontracted. Sa contracted, iba na yung mga endings na iba. So kaya malito tayo. Pero hindi tayo malito pag alam natin na may contraction pala na nangyari. Okay. So ngayon, ito ang contraction din sa epsilon. Epsilon, lale ete is present active subjunctive, present active subjunctive, second person plural, lale ete. Okay, so epsilon plus eta equals eta. So ang contracted dyan is lalite. Okay, so yan ang contracted. So yan ang makikita natin, no? So lalie nagiging lale, ete nagiging lalite, lalei nagiging lali, omen nagiging lalumen, osi nagiging lalusi, laleo nagiging lalo dahil sa contractions. Kita natin yung contraction dito. Okay. Sa Omicron naman na contraction with Omicron. Okay, so kita natin dito sa first column. Omicron plus eta equals omega. So pleroete nagiging plerote. Okay, pleroe nagiging pleroi. Okay. Pleroete nagiging plerute. Pleroe nagiging pleroi. Pleruomen nagiging pleromen. Pleruosi naging plerusi. Pleruo ay naging plero. So yan po, kapatid, ang contract verbs sa New Testament po. Okay, so dito tayo sa exercise. Ang exercise natin makikita sa 1 John chapter 2. Okay, verse 1. Sino ang gustong magbasa? Verse 1. Mayroon bang mag-volunteer magbasa ng 1 John chapter 2, verse 1? Teknia. So, pwede nating basahin na natin, stress natin yung accent. Okay, teknia. 1 John, teknia. Remember teknon, that is child. So, teknia is, this is a plural noun. Teknia. Plural vocative case, it is an address. Okay, so my mu is my. In other words, little children, because pag ito'y children, malaki tekna dapat tekna. So with iyuta, in other words, maliit na mga bata. So teknia. So little children. So si Apostle John nagsulat siya sa mga members ng church. Right? Okay, 1 John chapter, ano ba ito? May nanawag. Sister, may klase ako, may klase.
Okay, sige.
O, mamaya na lang.
Okay.
Okay, so may interruption konti aking sister na nawag. Okay, so basahin natin sino ang mag-volunteer. Tekne A. That is 1 John chapter 2 verse 1. Tekne A is my little children. Mu is of me. In other words, my. This is possessive. Possessive personal pronoun. My little children. Tauta grapho humin. Tauta grapho humin. Okay, so wala bang mag-volunteer dyan na magbasa? Okay, pag wala ay di makinig na lang kayo sa akin. Okay, so tauta grapho humin. Okay, so tauta is demonstrative pronoun this. Demonstrative pronoun plural. This is accusative case. In other words, this is the direct object of the verb grapho. Grapho is the verb. Is a verb. First person. Okay, present active indicative. First person singular. Grapho. You see the ending omega? That is first person. Okay, singular. Grapho. I write. Or I am writing. Could be progressive. Present progressive. Because the Greek present tense, it means progressive action. Okay? Progressive action. So in other words, I am writing. Tauta. That is demonstrative pronoun. This. I'm writing this. This is demonstrative pronoun substantive. So these things. I'm writing these things. Umin. This is umin is to you. To you. This is a dative case. Okay, personal pronoun, dative case. Okay, dative case, personal pronoun, dative case, plural. You, to you. So if it is dative case, then you use preposition to. So to you. So I write these things to you. So John was writing these things refers to the letter, to the exhortations in this letter. These things, plural, these things to you. This is neuter, plural. Tauta is neuter, plural. It refers to the letters. Exhortations in this letter. To you is indirect object. This is dative. Indirect object. Tauta is the direct object, the verb. Hina. Hina is conjunction. Hina. In order that. Hina. Me is a negative particle, me. Okay, negative particle, me. If the verb that follows is a subjunctive, the negative particle that is used is me. Mo eta, me. Okay. Are you following me? So that is negative particle, not. Okay. If the verb that follows is indicative mode, okay, the negative particle should be u. Omicron epsilon, u. Not. Okay, you see the difference between u and me? Me, negative particle is used if the verb if it is connected with a subjunctive verb. So the subjunctive verb is hamartete. That is the subjunctive verb, hamartete. Hamartete is a present verb, active in the subjunctive mode. Why subjunctive? Because ete, ending ete with eta. If there is an eta, in other words, that is an indication that the verb is subjunctive mode. Amartete. The ending is eta, theta, epsilon. So this is a subjunctive mode. Amartete. Okay. So translation. I'm writing these things unto you so that, or in order that, amartete is so that you may not, because there is a negative particle not, you may not sin. Amartete is you may sin, from amartano or amarteo, or I sin. Okay, so it is a subjunctive mode, second person plural. Okay, the recipient of this letter are the members of the church. So most likely John was writing to the Ephesian church in his letter. Okay, to the members of the Ephesian church. Amartete, that you may not sin. I'm writing unto you that you may not sin. This is present active subjunctive. If it is a present tense, in other words, the action is continuous, progressive action. In other words, John was saying that I am writing these things unto you so that you may not continue on sinning. That is the meaning of present tense, Greek present tense. In other words, continuous action. Now I am analyzing the syntax. I am analyzing the syntax. So how to analyze the Greek sentence? I am now analyzing the syntax. So hamartete is present verb subjunctive. In other words, it is a conditional. If this is a subjunctive mode, this is conditional. It may happen, it may not. That you may not sin. But of course, there is a possibility that you may sin, right? Because the next clause tells us that you may sin, right? The next clause. And if, kai, ian, and if, kai is and, ian is if. And if anyone, test, tau, iota sigma. If anyone, amarte is present active, subjunctive, third person singular. But if anyone sins, but if anyone is sinning, this is present. Okay. Parakleton. Parakleton is from paraklete, advocate, parakleton. We have an advocate, parakleton. If anyone sins, we have, where is the we have? If anyone sins parakleton, echomen. Here, the page 68. On page 68, the first line. Echomen. Echomen is we have from the root word echo. I have. Echomen is present, active, indicative, first person plural. Echomen, we have. Or since this is a present tense, in other words, we are having continuously, we are having right now, we are having, okay, a parakleton. In other words, the parakleton is always present with us. You know, is always present, is always there. Okay, we're having a parakleton, an advocate. Proston patera, pros, wed. Okay, pros, wed. Ton patera, the father. With the father, ton patera. Who is the advocate? Ison Christon dikaion. Ison is accusative verb of Jesus. Accusative noun, I mean. Okay, Jesus, Christun, also accusative. Dikaion, this is adjective. Okay. There we have an advocate with the Father. Okay, the righteous Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christ, the righteous one, or the righteous. Okay. So that is verse 1 of 1 John chapter 2 verse 1. Okay, so if you analyze further, the second clause, hina, is a conjunction. The second clause is the purpose clause. Purpose. Hina is a conjunction that tells us that the clause is the purpose. The purpose why John was writing to the church, so that the purpose is that so that the church may not continue on sinning. Okay, but if you sin, okay, if you are sinning, we have an advocate with the Father. Okay, Jesus Christ, our advocate, our mediator. Okay. So that is verse 1. Okay, verse 2. Sino ba ang mag-try pagbasa ng verse 2? Okay, meron bang mag-volunteer to read verse 2? Sino ba ang ano diyan? Ang mag-volunteer na mag-read ng verse 2 sa mga ating participant ngayong gabi? Basa lang. Alfred Paborite, are you can you read verse 2? Sino ba ang ready? Pagbasa ng verse 2, mga kapatid. Okay.
Maliit yung screen ko, Doc. Hindi ko masyado mabasa.
Okay, sige. Sino ba? Try lang, try. Kasi tulungan naman kita. Kai, verse 2.
Kay Otos.
Okay, very good.
Teka.
Kai Autos.
Maliit yung screen eh.
Next. That is hilasmos. Hilasmos.
Amos.
Okay, so mayroong breathing mark at the top sa taas ng iuta ng first letter. May breathing mark. So that is letter H. Pag pronounce doon, letter H.
Yes pa.
Pag may breathing mark na rap breathing mark, that is letter H. So hilasmos. The accent is on the last syllable. So when you pronounce it, hilasmos.
Ilasmos.
Okay.
Ilasmos.
Yeah, hilasmos. Next. Estin. 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 Sunod na word. Estin.
Piri ba?
Peri. Yes, peri.
Ton.
Peri. Excuse me. Doc Glenn. Sorry, may klase ako.
Sorry.
Sige lang, ma'am. Uy. Sayang. Sayang. Sige lang, mag-ano kita mamaya. Sayang hindi ko natanong si Dr. Yusri kung nakaten. Okay. So sige lang, baka quorum din sila. Okay. May online class ako, Greek. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, tumawag yung New Testament professor ng AUP, Dr. Glenn Mariano. Greek din yon ang tinuturo niya sa AUP. Okay, si Dr. Glenn Mariano tumawag sa akin. Okay, patuloy tayo. Esten, Perry, next, Ton.
Ton. Ano ba yan?
Hamartion.
Amartion.
Okay. Next. Himon.
Imon.
Himon. Next. U.
O.
You see this U is negative particle na siya, not yon. Yan ang kapartner ng me na negative particle. U is not, yung gamitin na yan pag indicative mode ang verb. Okay, sunod. U, peri.
Peri. Ton.
Emeteron. Emeteron.
Meteron.
De. Monon.
Monon.
Monon. Next. Ala.
Ala. Kai.
Okay.
Peri.
Peri.
Olo. Olo.
Ulu.
To.
Tu.
Cosmo.
Kusmo. Okay, very good. Oh, ayos.
Thank you, Doc.
Ayos. Oh, my brother-in-law pala, no? Mariano. Okay. Sterling. Very good. Yan ang aking kaibigan, si Dr. Glenn Mariano, New Testament professor sa UP. Okay, so thank you, brother, sa pagbasa. Okay, translate na natin. Kai and autos, and he is auton is he. This is a personal pronoun. He, masculine, singular. This is nominative case. In other words, this is the subject of the sentence of this first clause in verse 2. And he, estin is the verb. He is verb. Verb to be, present, third person, estin, third person singular, verb to be. He is. Okay, he is the hilasmos. Hilasmos is translated as could be translated as atonement or mercy seat. Okay. I don't know in your King James version. Let us see. We have an advocate, and he himself is the propitiation. Okay. So the hilasmos, the Greek word hilasmos is translated in New King James as propitiation. Okay, propitiation. And I don't know in other versions, probably expiation. He is our propitiation. Okay, but I think the NIV translated as he is a sacrifice of atonement. Okay, so in other words, this is related. This expression is related to the sanctuary sacrifice of the lamb in the sanctuary. Okay, he is our propitiation, our mercy seat. You know, in the most holy place, there is a mercy seat there. Okay, that covers the law, the Ark of the Covenant, mercy seat, where the priest would bring the blood during the Day of Atonement. Okay, to sprinkle there in order to atone for our sin, to atone. That's why hilasmos, you know, this is the translation. This is translated as mercy seat, literally mercy seat. In Hebrew, the word is kaporet, the lid cover of the Ark of the Covenant. That is the kaporet, the mercy seat. So in other words, Jesus is the one who covered us. Okay, he is our propitiation to cover us, so that we would not be hit by the wrath of God. So propitiation means, you know, the removal of wrath. So Jesus is our propitiation. Okay, he is a sacrifice of atonement to remove the wrath, because the wages of sin of the 10 commandments that is in the Ark of the Covenant, you know, the wages of sin is death. You know, so the law produces wrath for the transgressor, because God seeks justice against those who transgress his law. Okay, but Jesus is our mercy seat that covers us, so that we would not be hit by the wrath of God. Instead, Jesus was hit by the wrath of God. He was the one who died, who sacrificed as an atonement in order to remove the wrath of God against sinners because of his transgression. So that is the meaning of hilasmos. Okay, now we are doing a lexical analysis of this word hilasmos. Actually, you can preach a sermon just on this word hilasmos. Huh? You see how important it is to know the meaning of words, you know, of the Greek words, so that we would understand better the message of the scripture if we know the meaning of words. That's why I advise you to acquire a Greek dictionary. I have here with me this is Wesley J. Persbacher analytical Greek lexicon, you know. But there is exhaustive Greek dictionary lexicon. It is called Walter Bauer lexicon. Is a very thick lexicon, but it is very comprehensive and also expensive. I think you can, if I don't know if there is a copy in United Bible Society in where is it, in United Nation Avenue, United Bible Society. Okay, you can go there and buy a lexicon, because in Google, let's say Bible Hub, there are lexicons also there in Google, but it does not give you an exhaustive meaning of the words. Okay, so it's better to buy. Okay, if you have a Logos app software, there is a lexicon there, Logos. There are lexicons. If you buy a Logos app software, Logos or Accordance. Actually, I have also Accordance here in my my old laptop. This one, my new laptop. This one, I have a Logos. Okay, okay. So let me see if I can show you the Logos. Okay, Logos. Okay, so we need some software actually in order to enhance our interpretation of the text. We need some tools. Okay, so Logos. Okay, let me see if I can share my Logos. Okay. Okay, so I will share my screen. Okay, so this is my Logos. Okay, mahal ito ang Logos. Siguro mga 23,000 baht ito. Okay. So, pero ang school naman namin dito ang nag-supply sa amin ng pambili. Kasi meron bang Greek lexicon dito? Sa Logos, tingnan natin. Greek grammar. Greek grammar lang. Okay, Lexam analytical lexicon. Oh, meron palang may mga binibenta dito, pwede tayo bumili online. Okay, Lexam analytical lexicon. To Septuagint naman ito, $29, 29.99. Okay, Theological Dictionary of the New Testament, ito very exhaustive ito na dictionary. Theological Dictionary of the New Testament, $199 naman. Almost 200, 199.99. Oh. So how about kay Bauer?
10,000 yan, 10,000.
Ha?
10,000 plus.
Oh, 10,000 na, no? Pero kailangan to mga kapatid. Oh, para ito Walter Bauer lexicon. Journal Dictionary. Walter Bauer lexicon, where is it? Walter Arndt William and Walter Bauer lexicon. Okay. Wala. Arn. William. Lexicon. Okay, ito ang lumalabas, the Westminster Dictionary of Theological Terms.
Puro ads.
So ito library. Okay, you see, in my library, ito may mga commentaries ako dito. Oh. Okay, hanap tayo dito, lexicon. Ano bang lexicon dito? Mayroon. Okay, list of words of concept. Okay, list, you see, dito, list of words and concept. Okay, so ito ang ano dito, sa aking, sa aking,
Maganda yan.
ito,
Words
sa
and
aking
concept.
logos. So hindi ko pa ito na-explore masyado eh. So pero ang ibig kong sabihin mga kapatid, kailangan tayo talaga ng ng mga tools. Bali kung tayo sasabak sa gira, dapat may mga armas tayo, may mga high-powered na mga armas. Di ba? Sa spiritual battle, kailangan tayo may mga armas din tayo, di ba? Kung makipag-debate ka, hindi mo maiwasan. Minsan makipag-debate ka talaga, no? Sharing of ideas. No, halimbawa may Bible student ka, tapos hindi mo maiwasan talagang mapasubo ka minsan. So kailangan may armas ka eh. Diba? At alam mo paano gamitin ang armas mo. Diba? So kaya tinuturuan kayo dito paano gamitin ang armas, ang Greek, Greek grammar, Greek lexicon. Okay? So yan, tapos na yung ating pag-aaral sa chapter 6. Sunod, chapter 7 na tayo, participles. Okay, so mga kapatid, maraming salamat. Tayo na tapos na. Hindi na tayong manalangin.
Maraming salamat din po, Dok.
Salamat po.
Salamat
po.
Okay, salamat din sa inyo lahat. Tayo'y manalangin.
Baka pwede po, Prof. Baka po pwede may yung PowerPoint niyo po. Yung PowerPoint niyo po from 1 to 6. From 1 to 5.
PowerPoint sa ano?
Nasa book natin yan, kapatid.
Sa book yon. May textbook. Yung wala pang textbook, maghingi kayo. Yung PDF nandyan kay Doc Ray.
Okay. Baka pwede pa pasa, Doc Ray?
Mayroon yun.
Hindi pwede.
Okay, tayo'y manalangin. Nakita ko dito si Pastor John Arroyo. Percy John, are you listening? Can you pray? Closing prayer. Pastor John Arroyo, are you here?
Ako na lang, Doc.
Sige. Okay, kung sino dyan. Ready?
Sige po, let's pray. Dalaygon silimbahon nga Dios nga anakas kalangitan ining orasaha sa kagabhion. Salamat o Dios ang panguna kanamo nga ang among lesson nga natapos o Dios. Mahimo ba nga ipahuna-huna kini kanamo o Dios o amo kining maisilsil sa among tagstag sa mga isipan o Dios upang madugangan ang among karunungan nga makalangit o Dios pinaagi niini. Salamat sa administration ng schools. Salamat o Dios sa mga magtutudlo nga nagatudlo. Ilabi na Ginoo kay Dr. Alfredo nga imong gipangunahan o Dios ang kaalam. Kay Doc Ray nga imong gipangunahan sa ministeryo o sa uban pang magtutudlo niini nga school. Kining tanan o Dios among isalig lauman pinagi sa anak sa Kristo. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat sa binisaya nga pagampo.
Thank you so much.
Mauna ginadok.
Okay.